What up, y'all? We'll get my YouTube pulled up here. Probably not expecting too many people in here tonight, being so late, but I don't know. Wasn't gonna do it. Voice was kind of gone, but I said, yeah, what the hell? Let's do it. So hopefully, got a few people in here to talk with while we watch this stream. You know, what else do we got to do except turn on the TV and watch TV, I guess, right? So let's see if we can get the stream pulled up and I can see if there's even anybody in the chat room. Alright, well, yeah, we got some people in here. What is going on? Alright. What's up, Brad? Clint? What's going on? Greg in here. What up, Greg? Brendan, Ray, RJ, house. Miss Melanie's in here. Scott Hall. Alright, we got a good little crowd in here tonight for being midnight on the eastern coast and basically almost just about, well, a little bit past 11 o'clock my time. So, still good for West Coast people here and people on the other side of the world. What we're going to do today is we are watching a pre-recorded stream. So it's kind of live and kind of pre-recorded. The golfing was already recorded, but the chat and interaction is live. So this is my 19th hole account, and hopefully this can kind of help serve as kind of like a warm-up for y'all tomorrow in your opening rounds, because they start here in not too many hours from now. What's going on, Michael? Good to see you in here. Yeah, kind of lost my voice a little bit here. I mean, I don't feel bad, just kind of lost my voice. It all started last Thursday after I got home from one of my softball games. Kind of had a little itch in the throat, and then it kind of progressed from there. You could say I got to get into the game a little bit too much. Maybe a little bit over competitive playing softball, but when you're playing against your rival competitor and you get beat by like 12 runs and your team comes back to win the game, you got to get a little hyped up, and for me that's a little bit of yelling. So yep. Also, I will not be here this weekend, Friday or Saturday, to stream, so I'm trying to get in every chance that I can. I got my cough drops here. I got some tea right next to me, and we're just gonna chill out and watch the stream. Yeah, Clint, I do work at the hospital. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. I have cut out some of the shootouts, but left some of the shootouts. So it's still a pretty much an hour-long stream with 9 holes. But I do have the ability to pause the video and talk about a shot if I do decide to, or if we want to go back and look at a certain shot, we can do that too. So I'm going to keep my eye on the chat. If you see something you want to go back and look at, you know, tag me in it. Tell me what it is you want to see. We can go back and look at it. We can talk it out. And, you know, if that can help you improve your round, I'm all for it. That's what I'm here for. Some hot whiskey. I don't know if hot whiskey would be good. I've got to work in the morning. Hotty toddy. Yeah, that would be nice right now, Miss Melanie. But I do have some apple tea with some honey, and then I've got one of those, it's like an orange pack in it that helps your immune system. I don't know, we'll see how that works. And then I got my thieves, cough drops. So besides how I sound, I feel fine. So, you know, at least I don't feel sick. I feel perfectly healthy. All right. James, I can't lie. Part of it was screaming at the umps. Because when you're in like the last inning and your team's coming back, and they completely blow a call at third base, you got to get a little bit into it, you know. I don't go overboard like cursing or anything like that at them, but I do yell. It is church ball, so we don't really want to say something that would, you know, make us a bad witness. But, you know, God never said you can't get upset about a decision made, and God never said you can't yell at somebody if you feel like they made the wrong call, as long as you do it in a Christian-like spirit. And then after the game, you go and tell them, you know, heat of the moment, and they say, we understand it's called competitiveness. You know, if you ain't getting upset about a bad call, you ain't caring, and you shouldn't even be playing. That's what you call being competitive, and I've always been a very competitive individual. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. Hit the play button, and here we go. Hole number 1. And Dwayne, I doubt it will be better by tomorrow. We'll see, though. Yep, I see that a lot of people participating in the 19th hole. I guess you call it a tournament type thing that James is running. If you haven't posted a score yet, go ahead and post your score for your qualifying round, the 19th hole. 4 divisions and 4 $10, I think it's 4 $10 gift cards given out, 1 to each division. So we got hole number 1 here. And we're going to go in from the left side here on the pro. I did play this round at work today, and I did not have my notes with me, so all of these shots are not being played perfectly to what I would normally probably play them if I had had my notes. Some of them were just kind of guesstimations. Well, we're going to be at a park. It's a campground in Fort Payne, Alabama. And they caught all kinds of hiking trails and stuff like that. Bunch of things that a 6 and 3-year-old boy love to do. So here you see I went with 3 backspin and 1 right spin on the shot. I'm really just trying to find a spot in the fairway that's going to line my ball up at the hole. And then I got to adjust about 3.5 bars. The glass got 2 miles per hour per ring. I got to start calling these rings, not bars. I got in trouble earlier. 3.5 adjustment rings. You use bars for your spin when you use rings on the guide, right? So we got pretty close right there. Maybe a little bit more curl. Would have had that one. We did hit the hole-in-one on that shot the other day. Brendan says you play the shot 1-to-1 with the wind. Three for 4, not bad, Brad. Kind of being like being at the casino, know when to stop, right? Know when to play, know when to hold, know when to fold. So we got the birdie on hole number 1, and we're going to move on to hole number 2 now. This is the hole that I made my video with earlier. Going with the power curl shot here. Correct, Clint. DeSoto Campground. That's where I'm going to be. So this is the hole that I made the video on earlier about the power curl. If anybody in here right now has a question about this next hole, say something in the chat, and I can try to stop it a little bit and talk about the setup and stuff. If we're all okay, then we'll just keep going and watch through the hole. But if someone does have a question, say something now so that I can try to explain it a little bit better. Oh, that's cool, Clint. We've heard it's a nice campground. It's our first time being there. I just hope I have a good cell signal there. They say they have internet, but I'm not holding my breath. So basically right here, what I'm going to do is I have to adjust 14 rings, plus what do I adjust for the wind. And I am aiming off the right side of my target. So we see the right side of my target, that's where I'm aiming my ball to land. I've already adjusted for the rings here. Oh wait, never mind. This is my opponent playing. I was wondering what the heck's going on. I already had about 2 tablespoons of honey straight. But talking probably not going to help my voice. But anyway, here we go. Right now I'm just kind of seeing where I want to land it, and now I'm going to line it up with the right edge of my ball guide as my landing spot. And now from here I'm going to adjust for the wind, 3 bars to the left, and now I'm going to go to the right 14. That was 10, and now 14. So now we're going to do a straight left curl and a left hook. And we land it right where we pretty much wanted to land it. I did not use any top spin or left spin because I wanted to see what it would do without the spin. I see now that I can use a little bit of left spin and top spin and be okay. And now from that spot right there, as you're going to see, I'm going to have a much easier shot on the green with my big dog. Normally where I'm going to have to overpower it, now I don't have to overpower at all, so I can completely solely concentrate on the left spin and the top spin and just hit it perfect. Much more accurate when you don't have to worry about overpowering the shot. So we adjust 2 and just a little bit extra for the rings right there. And we didn't hit a great left, but you know, that's okay. You're going to see my hop hit nicely and roll right up past the hole. That's the closest I've been on this hole. This whole week in practice, probably. So the power curl paid off. If I can get a birdie that easily every time, it's definitely worth it. And I did not see anything from the drive that would make me worried about trying it again. Got hulls right here. It's time to put another one in. What up, John? Dwayne? What up, Steve? If I missed anybody else, I'm sorry. Oh, we get the birdie right there. Haagen-Dazs ice cream. That would be nice right about now, for sure. So we're gonna move on to hole 3. And we usually play hole 3 with a Thor. And we do usually use a Titan ball. We probably will use a Titan ball in the opening and the weekend round. But I'm pretty sure I end up using a Quasar on this shot. Usually with the Titan ball, I go one topspin with the Thor and a regular power shot, and it gets me fairly close up to the edge. I used to be a big Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Cherry Garcia was my favorite. Of course, it would be midnight and we're talking about ice cream. Midnight snack time. I think I do change the ball here. Yep. I did go with the Quasar. And, normally I use the Titan ball and go one topspin and it gets me right up to the edge. I should probably put at least 2 topspin on since I did change to a little lower power ball. But I didn't. And you will see the lack of distance I get from changing balls. That's awesome, Dwayne. Minus 11 with 2 pars. That's good. Pickle talk. Okay. My opponent hits his ball right up there. Right where he wants to be. Being to the right side of that fairway is the best because you have a better angle at the right side of the second fairway to the right of that rough area. You see, being to the left side on the drive, I'm now having to take a little bit more of a path over top of that rough. So if I don't hit it correctly and line it up right, I do run the risk of hitting that rough and setting myself up for a much more difficult third shot. So to prevent that, I overpowered a little bit extra. And I get to a fairly good spot right there. You see my opponent's got the sniper. As much as I like the sniper, there's really no reason to have a sniper on this hole. Big dog or a guardian. And make sure you don't put too much topspin on the big dog, because you do have a 6.1 mile per hour tailwind. And that paired with too much topspin will equal rough and bunker and completely wipe out your chances of the eagle. Here we're setting our shot up with the thorn here. I usually like to go about 2 to 3 backspin with my thorn. And we're going to need to adjust this one about 3.5 bars. If we hit this one perfect, we might be in business. But we don't. Great to the right side. Miss it just to the right side. So we'll get the birdie on this one. What up, Helios? Awesome to see you in here at this time of night. It's awesome to see anybody in here at this time of night. I figured I'd have like 5 or 6 people to chat with. So when it comes to opening rounds, how many of y'all play on Thursday? How many of y'all try to wait? RJ gets like real chatty in the late night streams. I've always noticed that. And I like it. I like it a lot. Oh yeah, by the way, Mississippi State's interim baseball coach got National Coach of the Year today, which is a pretty big deal for Mississippi State and a coach that didn't even start the year out as our head coach. It's pretty cool. John, I'm sure John can appreciate that one right there. Okay, a lot of Thursday players in here, it looks like. So I got this hole a lot in the shootouts, it seemed like, so I decided to try to take all the shots off the ridge, just for the fun of it. What up, Greg? McComb, okay. I've been there before. I played in a softball tournament there one time. So I know where you're located. I live in Columbus. 30 minutes from Starkville and 1 hour from Tuscaloosa. Yep, North Mississippi. It's not ever a good idea to play Golf Clash in any kind of vehicle. I tried to do that in a tournament one time because I really had no other choice because of time constraints. And let's just say I did not hit many perfect shots. So we got another birdie. Three down, three. Mistake free so far. And then we got hole number 4. And, you know, sometimes you get comfortable with the hole. No, wrong hole. I'm thinking of hole number 5. Hole number 4. 1.5 topspin and 1 right spin. James. So using the Goliath, I like to aim it on the left side of the white row of boxes, just to the right side of the hole. So right there along the left side. And I like to put my bounce on my ball right up there at the ridge. Let me see if I can go back a little bit here. Okay. Oh, come on, back a little bit more. Gosh, too much. All right. Here we go. Okay, you see. Let's see if it lets me open up. Yep, there we go. Right there, the ridge. Okay, I like my bounce to sit right there. And I like my ball to line up right there along the left side of that white line. You're guaranteed to pretty much be close every time if you go with that bounce and that line. Sometimes you get the hole in one, sometimes you don't. But you are going to be in position for a birdie. All right, Greg, man. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. So that's what the putt looks like if you don't make it up the hill. I'm with you, Brad. I'm with you 100% on that one. So we got James with the putt. And you see, it's not exactly an easy putt. Not a putt I would want to be taking. But he hit it. So here we go to another shootout. And this was like the whole of the day right here, I think. So we lined it up right there. We put some left spin and a little bit of backspin. Okay. We adjust 3.5 bars. Three and a half rings. My bad, rings. I just gotta get used to saying it. And we get the roll, and we get the ace. Finally, we get the ace in this hole. Of course, a shootout ace. But it was an ace, so now we see my opponent taking a shot off the rock. Kind of like James did earlier. It's kind of funny that coincidentally his name was James too. Didn't work out so well though. So we're gonna move on after another birdie. Playing mistake-free golf so far. And moving on to our next hole. A hole that I've always been pretty comfortable with. And normally I go to the right side. Appreciate it, Craig and Melanie. Appreciate it, RJ, Clint, ATM, Dwayne. It was definitely a special shootout ace. I don't ever know what I would have done without it in the round. RJ, it's definitely not something that happens much in this tournament, because this is a tough tournament. Mistake-free golf would be a -11 in this tournament, which is what happens when you have a course that nobody can play, which I kind of like. I think it's kind of fun that people are not used to this course. I do, however, wish they made it where the rookies could have practiced a little bit more than they did get the chance to do, because a lot of people can't afford to play practice tournament golf on Tour 6. So we're going to go for the left side shot this time. That's where we like it to land, right there. And now we're going to adjust for the wind. We're going to go about a little bit over 3 bars for wind adjustment. And we put a little bit too much curl in this shot, and we hit it great to the right, so that's already kind of like a recipe for disaster. But when you have a lot of topspin on the ball, it comes in handy. And that's not the first time I've seen that happen on this hole. So as long as you do have enough topspin, you will hit the rough and roll out onto the fairway on this hole. I've seen it happen about 3 or 4 times while playing this course in the last week. So keep that in mind. And unfortunately for my opponent, he hits the jump a little bit wrong and goes into the rough. 897 subs, 3 away from 900, 103 away from the free account giveaway. We're getting closer and closer, day by day. So we're lining up our shot here. And we do hit it perfect. The bounce, and just missed it. Usually when we're taking that shot, we're a lot closer to the green. So when you get a little bit farther away, it does kind of change that shot a little bit and make it tougher. Yeah, last night we used, I think 3 backspin, right edge, put it in the hole. But I don't think it was with the backbone last night. I think we used a thorn, which is what I usually do use on this hole because I'm usually a little bit closer than I was right there. So, yeah, normally I do use the thorn and 3 backspin. I aim it at the right edge, and I usually aim it about 1 square in front of the hole. I adjust for the rings and usually get it in the hole. You just go back to the menu, Melanie, and then you restart again. It does not harm you at all. So 5 under through 5, moving on to hole 6, and now we're starting to get to those holes that can sometimes get a little bit tricky if you play the drive wrong. We played it correct last night, but the night before we did have some issues. I would definitely suggest the big dog for your second shot. And all I'm going to do is aim for the middle front edge of the platform here. We're not going to do anything too fancy. Just some top spin and some side spin. My opponent is taking a little bit riskier of a shot here, in my opinion. They have, I don't know, I think they've extended this shot on this hole because the Christmas tournament, I feel like it was a lot easier to go straight and then over the edge of that cliff. And I kind of somewhat feel like they extended the rough off the edge of this cliff. So if you don't have a good bounce over the edge, you will get stuck in the rough to the left side of that cliff. So going off this platform with full top is the best way to do it. Just change your spin to where your ball is kind of aiming down the middle of the fairway towards that kind of that left elbow, somewhere right in there. That's where you want to go for this shot. We adjust to 3 bars for the wind for this one, because if you don't land in the middle of this kind of platform, you will have some issues going to the left or the right rough. So you see my opponent here, where he's at, going up top. Definitely another hole that I would not suggest a sniper unless maybe you have a level 10 sniper. But from the positioning that he was in, he does not have enough club. From the positioning that I'm in, you could possibly do it with a higher level sniper. But with the big dog, what we're going to do is 4 bars of backspin and 3 bars, at least 3 bars of left spin. With a 5.8 wind, the wind's going to take our shot 2 extra rings automatically towards the hole. We do a little bit of curl, and with all this backspin and using the ridge of the back of the green, we do make a pretty good shot. And we will have an easy eagle right there. But the key to that shot is the 4 bars of backspin. Okay. All right, Tim. Why can't you delete your own posts? That's weird. What up, Randy? Thank you for joining us tonight. I wasn't going to do the stream because of my voice, but I said, what the hell? Let's do it. I didn't expect to have this many people in here tonight, so that's pretty cool. What up, Mike? I'll have to look at it, Tim. I'm not sure. So we're going to move on to hole number 7, which has been my nemesis this tournament. But we will tame this hole before the weekend round. It plays very downhill off the tee box. We have learned that. I have played 2 extra bars plus the wind, and it still goes into the rough. So today, we're going to make sure we leave ourselves enough room. You're right, Tim, it does. I'm a late bloomer. I didn't hit puberty until after I had 2 boys. Big trouble in Little China. I don't understand. I'm not sure what that is. RJ. Oh, okay. Apparently it's a movie. Yeah, Randy, the only reason I'm on here is for you all. And it's definitely not for me. Someone that sounds like they're hitting puberty is not someone that wants to be talking on YouTube. But I'm hoping this helps somebody for their opening round tomorrow. If it helps one person in here, then I'm happy and this was a successful stream. So one of you all damn people better say it helped you tomorrow or I'm going to be pissed. So as you see me lining up this shot, we got 8 bars between my shot and the rough. I think it was more like 7. And right there, I like that. I think that right there is going to be the way to play this hole. that's where I'm lined up for the shot. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rings. Pretty much 7 rings between me and the edge of the rough. And 6.6 wind. With the quarterback is basically 2 miles per hour per ring. So really I only needed to adjust 3 rings for the wind right there. And we adjusted 7. So if my calculations are correct, we added 4 extra rings for this wind and this downhill slope. Okay? And let's rewatch this and see where it lands. And the thing about it is this hole can play different every time you play it. It looked like we landed at least 3 rings back. But, you know, I adjusted like 6 rings yesterday and hit the rough. So sometimes it plays farther than others. Next time I play it with that same wind and that same adjustment, I might not be long enough. You just don't know. So I think there is a, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think there is a consistency off this tee box, which is definitely not a comforting thing. So from here, you see I got my sniper, and I really want to get this shot down because I think this shot right here could be a chance at the eagle. So basically we have to try to line it up to where we think it's going to roll. And we got 6.4, so we got 6.5 rings. And we do hit it perfect. So let's see where we end up here. To the right side of the hole. So next time I play this hole, I'm going to play a half a ring less with my sniper. And that's what I'm going to try next. Unless anybody in the chat has a different suggestion. I played 6.5, hit it perfect, and it looked like I only needed 6. Sometime in the next month, we're gonna do some sort of a double elimination 19th hole tournament. And I think that'll be a lot of fun. I do plan on getting setting up that tournament website page so that we have that to run tournaments off of for the 19th hole. I need to talk with a few people, and we need to work out the details of that tournament. But I do want it to be a true double elimination tournament. So that's just kind of something that y'all can have in your minds that is going to be coming at you down the pipe eventually. Well, Tim, I don't know if you were here at the beginning of the stream, but when I played this round, I did not have my notes with me. I played it at work, and my notes were at home, so I kind of just winged this one. I do have it in my notes, though, to play less wind. I went and checked. So, tomorrow I will have it in my notes to play less wind. Do you think a half a ring is enough less wind, or do you think I should increase it to one ring? That's why I'm gonna have help, James. That's why I said after I talk to a few people. Definitely something we can talk about, Tim. Maybe limit the type of ball we can use during the round. So let rookies be able to use whatever ball they want, and maybe pros can use a certain strength ball, and then experts can use a lesser strength ball. Something like that, maybe. Or possibly something with the clubs. I don't know. Definitely something we'll talk about, though. I like the idea. All right, 10% less. Cool. So 6.2 would have been pretty much about. Okay. So half a ring less would have been about right for that one. Yep, Greg, that's correct. If you're playing in the fifth bracket, you're just playing for the bragging rights and not for the gems. I got you, Tim. Sounds like a plan. Um, Miss Melly, the double elimination, what I'm talking about is not one that's occurring yet. It's one that we are going to be hosting in the near future. Currently, right now, James is doing a tournament using scores from the current tournament we're in. And all you have to do is go onto the 19th hole and find his thread and post your scorecard. And you will be placed into the correct bracket that you're in. And the top winner is playing for a $10 gift card in each division. So here we are, hole number 8. I did remember to put my Guardian in today. Those of you that were here last night, I forgot to put my Guardian in, and screwed up my round pretty good. Should have been a -13 last night, ended up -12, which is still pretty respectable. But here you see we're adjusting for the wind, and let's see how close we get with this one. Not being at least a level 6 Guardian, we don't have it near the same amount of backspin that I would like to have on this shot. I would like to have at least a level 6 Guardian, but kind of you got to do with what you got. So unlike last night, we will get the birdie tonight on this hole and continue playing our pretty much a mistake-free round. So I'm happy about that. I think If I have a Guardian with a little bit higher level, I use full back and one right bar spin. What level of Guardian did you use, Clint? So for the fun of it, we're going at this one straight. I hadn't tried this path, so I said, let me give it a try. And not a bad shot for a first attempt at that angle. Lisa's mad at you. I don't think that's possible. I didn't know Lisa got mad at people. You must have really pissed her off, James. Nice work. So we're moving on to hole number 9. I really felt like this might be one of those holes that I had the most chance to mess the drive up on. But it's kind of odd. This has become one of the holes that I feel most comfortable taking the drive on. It's kind of funny how that happens sometimes. What's up, Steven? Thanks for joining us tonight. We're just about done. Last hole. Maybe we can get an albatross. Okay. Level 7 Guardian Clint, yeah. So you got a little bit more backspin than my level 5 has. At least I think level 6 is where it gains the rest of its backspin. And I really need that extra backspin for that shot on hole 8. So if you don't shoot good qualifying in the tournament in the 19th hole, don't worry. I think James is using the same type of system that's being used on the actual tournament. So qualifying only counts if it comes down to a tiebreaker. So as long as you go and knock it out of the park on your next round, you're okay. So we get this one lined up and hit it perfect and get a nice bounce and roll down to the end of the fairway. As I said, I've really gotten comfortable with this shot. So we're going to be in position at least for the albatross chance. I must have missed that post, Tim. I'll have to go back and check it out. Alright, so here we go. I really like the Guardian with this shot right here. And I like 4 bars of backspin. So we hit the shot and we get the close. But we're going to get the easy eagle and we're going to obtain our -11 error-free round, which is always good to have an error-free round after you've had 2 rounds with errors in them. So we're going to build off this error-free round heading into the opening round. Pending how my voice is tomorrow, I do plan on doing a live stream. Most likely a pro account, but I will be playing my rookie account and adding it to my YouTube. I do not plan on playing my rookie live, but I will have the holes up and viewable on my YouTube. Okay? Unlike last tournament where I didn't do that, I will have them up this time. Most likely they'll be divided up, probably into like 6 holes at a time or something like that, but they'll definitely be up. There might not be any voice to them, so we'll have to figure something out there. So maybe music or something, I'm not sure. But I'll definitely try to get them up. So that's how we're going to end it. I appreciate everybody coming out to this ultra late stream. Surprised how many people showed up. Thank you all for your support. As I said, we finished with a -11. We got the eagles on the holes we're supposed to eagle. Came close on a few others, but just didn't make it happen. As always, thank you all. Hit us up on the 19th hole if you haven't already done so. And until next time, happy golfing and God bless. Y'all have a good night. Thank you all for joining me.